people, negative people who are not making any money and are not set to gain anything from this fight, which are in Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I think it's fantastic. I think.
Yeah, they're gonna fight. Do you think Jake Paul can beat Mike Tyson?
I don't think so.
It's finally happening. In less than 12 days, Mike Tyson will finally get in the ring and make Jake Paul regret his choice. While that is the storyline most people have, you'd be surprised to find out there are some interesting takes coming in from the pros.
Oh, Jake, did you see Mike Tyson
dropping his sparring partner?
I was talking about,
yeah, I fucking saw it.
I was talking about no shit, I saw it, and I don't give a fuck. Sure, he's looking good. Sure, he's looking all of that. Oh, he's dropping people. He's fast. So the fuck am I.
But out of the sea of opinions, a few voices stand out. 3 legendary fighters who once beat Tyson himself in world heavyweight title bouts have shared their own intriguing takes. They know better than most what it's like to face the fierce power of Iron Mike, and their thoughts on how Jake Paul might fare are eye-opening, to say the least.
Yeah, if Tyson wants to get in the ring, I'm down, and he does. So here we are. He's one of the baddest men on the planet, and you know, if he wants that opportunity and that smoke, he's the one who is like, let's make this a pro fight. I'm gonna end you, and I'm ready for it, and I'm excited for it, and he's a beast.
James "Buster" Douglas is one of the few people who've beaten Mike Tyson in a world-shaking upset. His experience going toe-to-toe with Tyson is one he hasn't forgotten, and it's left him with a strong opinion about how this upcoming fight is likely to play out. "It's not going to be good for Jake," Douglas said, leaving no room for ambiguity. According to him, Tyson is on a mission, and the results will be devastating for Paul's career. Douglas warns that Paul's best scenario is simply to endure all rounds and go the distance with Mike. In his mind, that's already an achievement for someone like Paul, who lacks Tyson's depth of experience and ferocity.
I saw him with his shirt off the other day. He's fat.
Hey, Buster Douglas was fat, am I right?
I know, but you're no Buster Douglas.
I'm better. I'm better. And I'm gonna end you quicker than he did.
For Douglas, Tyson's power is still something Paul will need to be cautious about. Keep those hands up and duck those haymakers, he advises, emphasizing that Tyson's punches are no joke. They're like rockets, Douglas added, suggesting that each punch could be a game ender. He goes on, "Keep moving, Paul. Don't stand in front of him. Don't stand on the train tracks." Douglas thinks it will be an easy win for Tyson. To him, Tyson's fitness or age is irrelevant. Even though Tyson's 65, Douglas says confidently, at 58, it will be a piece of cake. In Douglas's view, it's a one-sided battle, and Jake Paul will be lucky if he makes it to the final bell. Paul's strategy, according to Douglas, should be pure survival.
Oh man, I'm excited. I can't wait to watch it.
I'm going straight through him.
Woo!
He won't have to wait. He don't have to find me. All the running I'm gonna do is right at him. He ain't got to worry about finding me.
Evander Holyfield also shared his perspective on the fight. Holyfield's history with Tyson is memorable. They fought twice, with Holyfield emerging victorious both times. But Holyfield is quick to point out that facing Tyson is no easy task, and he warns Paul to be cautious about his approach. Holyfield believes Jake Paul's chances depend on whether he can keep the right distance. "I don't know how much confidence that Jake Paul has," Holyfield admits, "but he's going to be a lot quicker." According to him, this speed might be an advantage for Paul if he can stay close to Tyson without giving him the space to unleash his devastating punches.
I don't know how much confidence that Jake Paul have in all this, but you know he's gonna be a lot quicker if he stay close to Mike. Then his chance of winning gonna be great.
Mike is like a snake, Holyfield explains, saying Tyson has a knack for striking fast. Tyson's explosive power means that he can surprise his opponents even when they're expecting it. Holyfield warns that if you give him room, Tyson's opponents often end up messed up, especially when retreating. "Give him room and you're going to be in trouble," Holyfield predicts. Paul's best chance, according to Holyfield, is to press Tyson without letting him unleash his power. "If you charge him, you're going to smother him," Holyfield advises, suggesting that staying too close could disrupt Tyson's rhythm.
You just need a little bit of time, so I'm ready whenever you are. This is too big of an opportunity. I think this fight's going to change the world, and I turn all my L's into W's. That's a motto I live by, and the universe makes no mistakes, so let's see.
He feels this approach could offer Paul a better shot, but it's still a slim one. Holyfield's opinion makes it clear that he doesn't think Paul should underestimate Tyson's skill, even at his age. Lennox Lewis, the last of the three champions, also shared his prediction. Lewis went up against Tyson in 2002, winning with a powerful 8th-round stoppage. His view on the Tyson versus Paul matchup is direct and confident, and he doesn't seem to give Paul much of a fighting chance.
Got Anderson Silva. He didn't knock those little guys. How you gonna knock me out? Who did he knock out? Who did he knock out? Little children. He didn't knock out. Never knocked out a real man. Come on. I can't even get mad at this guy because everybody know this guy's talking out of his ass and stealing money. I'm up here just stealing money fighting him.
Lewis doesn't mince words when talking about Tyson's power, especially when it comes to facing a boxer without Tyson's experience. For him, Tyson's power is something that could still bring down an opponent like Jake Paul. Mike's punch, even at his age, can end things with a single shot, Lewis warns. Tyson's technique, perfected over decades, is something Lewis believes Paul won't be able to handle. It doesn't matter if he's been out of the ring, Lewis claims, adding that Tyson's instinct for landing a devastating punch is still intact.
Myself in it.
Do you like who you are, Mike? When you are in fight camp, do you like that person?
Wow, I can't believe that. No, I don't like that guy too much.
According to Lewis, Tyson doesn't even need much time to warm up or get comfortable in the ring. One precise punch is all he needs to finish the fight. He sees Tyson as a fighter who's maintained his power over the years, and he believes Paul might struggle to even anticipate Tyson's moves. Tyson still knows how to cut off the ring, Lewis explains, hinting that Paul may quickly find himself cornered with few options to escape.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Tyson knows how to defend himself, and he's boxing against a guy that not as good as boxer as he is, and Mike Tyson knows how to throw a good punch. He knows how to break you down, so I'm more concerned about the other guy.
In Lewis's view, Paul's lack of professional experience will make Tyson's job easier. He predicts that with Tyson's aggressive style, Paul will be overwhelmed. Tyson's punches, even if slower than before, still carry enough force to end the fight. But these three views are just a start, with some pros thinking that other fighters are jealous of the money this fight is making. Terrence Crawford also shared a pretty unfiltered view on the upcoming match between boxing legend Mike Tyson and social media star Jake Paul. When asked by Ariel Helwani on the MMA Hour if he wanted to see this high-profile clash, Crawford didn't hesitate. "No, I don't."
People who are out there saying we think Mike's too old for this fight, tell them what you think about that.
If you think I'm too old for this fight, you need to come tell me in my face.
Whoa.
I love you, Mike.
Same.
And I'm very nervous for you. And I care about my brother. And I know the path he's on right now. And it's ruthless. You got to take him serious, Mike.
I take him extremely serious. These people don't take him serious. This is what I learned through my 58 years of experience. Anyone's capable of killing you. So you should be apprehensive.
Crawford then expanded on his reasoning, giving respect to Tyson's career while voicing genuine concern for the boxing icon's health. "I think Mike Tyson is an icon in boxing. He's done a lot for boxing in his own right," Crawford explained. "And I just think Mike is past his prime." The straightforwardness of his words show a truth that can't be ignored. Tyson at 58 is not the same unstoppable force that once ruled the ring. For Crawford, watching the older, beloved fighter get back in the ring comes with an unsettling possibility. An injury, or even a knockout that could overshadow the legacy Tyson worked so hard to build.
I think, like I said in the interview, I think Jake is getting better. You know, he may need to work on his stamina a little bit, you know, but for the most part, I've gained a lot of respect for Jake because he's not a YouTuber that's just boxing just to box. He actually trains.
Crawford went further, zeroing in on Tyson's health issues. He mentioned that seeing Tyson risk his well-being isn't something he looks forward to. "Mike is old," Crawford continued, his tone clear and honest. "I wouldn't want to see Mike go in the ring and get hurt in a fight where he's just doing it for the money or entertainment. I just think him having his health problems is another added reason why I don't want to see him in the ring anymore." Crawford's concern wasn't just about Tyson's age, but also his recent medical issues. For instance, the fight itself had to be postponed from its initial July date because Tyson suffered a flare-up from an ulcer during a flight. It's hard to ignore these realities, and Crawford made it clear he feels Tyson is putting too much on the line.
But he's great.
13, 14, breathe.
Conditioning is amazing. Power is unbelievable.
Tyson, however, seems to be intent on proving doubters wrong. In fact, recent footage shows him training harder than ever. Clips of Tyson's training show him dropping a sparring partner and even busting his coach's lip. No small feat for anyone, let alone a man of his age. Crawford remains skeptical, though, implying that this fight is driven more by spectacle than substance. However, Oscar De La Hoya shared his thoughts, but with a different perspective. Speaking to Fight Hub TV, De La Hoya conveyed a sense of excitement for the match, viewing it as an interesting challenge for both fighters.
World champion.
You don't think Tyson is a serious opponent for him?
Come on. 61 years. I saw him the other day. I love Tyson. I told him
he can punch.
Of course. He's got a puncher's chance.
De La Hoya started off by giving Tyson due credit, noting, "Tyson is still Tyson, right? That never changes." He acknowledged that Tyson's punching power hasn't vanished, even if his reflexes and speed might have faded over time. He still has the power. The power never leaves you. Your reflexes leave you. Your speed a little. Your conditioning, De La Hoya explained. De La Hoya seemed intrigued by the fight's potential, highlighting the determination Paul has shown as he progresses in his boxing career. Jake Paul, he's moving up, he's becoming a better fighter, he commented.
It's not going to be dangerous for Tyson. It will not be dangerous for Tyson because, Tyson's been up in the ring with,
This fight here, the fact he's focused and determined, and he's going up against the great Mike Tyson, it takes him to another level. De La Hoya's analysis reflects his belief that facing a legend like Tyson could bring out something entirely new in Paul, a grit or resilience that might be necessary to handle Tyson's raw power. The former world champion made a careful prediction, outlining two possible scenarios based on the fight's progression. If it's before 3-4 rounds, I have to go with Tyson by knockout, that one-punch knockout, De La Hoya said, showing his faith in Tyson's knockout potential early in the fight. However, he also expressed doubts about Tyson's stamina, adding, "If it goes past 4 rounds, I have to worry about Tyson's conditioning and where Jake Paul's youth can take over."
Nice. Come on, punching. Yeah.
De La Hoya even hinted that Paul's physical preparation appears to be on point. "I've seen Jake Paul's videos. He looks big, he looks huge," De La Hoya said, with a bit of humor. So whatever spray he's taking, it's working. It was a playful jab at Paul's fitness, implying that Paul's physical build could help him withstand Tyson's punches in the later rounds. And then there was Mike Perry's take, a fighter who has first-hand experience facing Jake Paul. Perry, known for his time in the UFC and now as a bare-knuckle fighter, fought Paul in a boxing match in July. Paul came out victorious in the 6th round, but Perry walked away with insights into the social media star's punching ability. Perry discussed the fight in a video shared by Fight Hype, revealing how Jake Paul's punching power felt in comparison to bare-knuckle fighting. "It was hard to tell because of the weight. The weight was totally new to me," Perry said, explaining that the gloves and padded gear used in a boxing match create a different experience from the direct contact of bare-knuckle fights. He noted, "When I hit people bare-knuckle, it just works." Perry's analysis went deeper, describing how Paul's punches felt compared to the punches he's taken bare-knuckle. Maybe they don't have the boom that they have with the gloves because they don't have to worry about protecting their hands with the bit of extra padding, so a boxing punch is a bit bigger, he explained. Perry emphasized that Jake's first punch especially had some serious impact. "His first one took me off my feet," he admitted, highlighting the raw power that Paul can pack even in gloved boxing.
Who do you think wins, me or Mike Tyson?
I think you do. I think you're younger. I think you doing the right things as far as like what your team has you doing. It worked, and my little weird stuff wasn't able to, I wasn't able to add it up on you. I wasn't able to have you punch yourself out. I wasn't able to get you on the ropes where I could release a flurry.
While there are those who have taken sides, some have expressed genuine disgust of this fight. In his typically direct manner, Canelo Alvarez has dismissed the Tyson versus Paul showdown as more of a show than a genuine boxing match. During an interview with TMZ Sports, Canelo made it clear he has no interest in the event. When asked if he'd be tuning in, or if he felt it represented boxing positively, Canelo responded with a simple but firm, "Not at all.
Canelo. Thank you. What about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson? What do you think about that fight?
Canelo didn't stop there. He elaborated on why he believes this fight goes against the true spirit of the sport, particularly since it's being produced by Netflix, a streaming service that has recently ventured into broadcasting sports events. I think Netflix is good for boxing, but for this specific fight, they are doing it wrong, he said. It is more of a show than a fight.
Compared to other fighters and other experiences you've had?
I don't know, it's hard to tell because of the weight. The weight was totally new to me, and considering I don't know the gloves, or when I hit people bare knuckle, it just works, and I can still, maybe they don't have the.
In stark contrast to Canelo's criticism, heavyweight champion Tyson Fury has expressed genuine excitement for the upcoming fight. Known for his colorful personality and outspoken nature, Fury isn't holding back his enthusiasm for seeing Mike Tyson back in the ring. "I'm over the moon for it," he told Ariel Helwani on the MMA Hour. "Looking forward to it. I get to see the legendary Mike Tyson back in the ring." For Fury, who was actually named after Mike Tyson, the chance to witness his idol return to the ring brings a sense of nostalgia.
Day 2, we're getting ready for you.
He referenced Tyson's last fight, an exhibition against Roy Jones Jr. in 2020, which he described as fantastic. Now the opportunity to see the boxing icon take on Jake Paul in an official match is, as Fury puts it, a treat. Fury also defended the YouTuber-turned-boxer duo of Jake and Logan Paul, praising their entrepreneurial drive. Despite the rivalry between Jake Paul and Fury's brother Tommy, Tyson Fury maintains a surprisingly positive view of Jake. "I know we've got a rivalry going on with Tommy, but I've got to speak how I see it," Fury said. Jake and Logan have done absolutely fantastic, I think, for themselves. From becoming young kids to being multimillionaires and YouTubers and wrestlers and boxers and everything else, it's entertaining.
I'm backing Mike for the knockout. Come on, Mike! Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I think it's fantastic. See the lead in Mike Tyson back in the ring in my era. Fantastic. Jake and Logan have done absolutely fantastic for themselves. From becoming like young kids to be multimillionaires and YouTubers and wrestlers and boxers and everything else, and entertaining. So I know they've got a lot of haters and stuff. However, I'm not one of them. I'm a fan.
Fury's support for Jake and Logan Paul goes beyond this single fight. He admires the way they've leveraged their fame to make millions and enter professional sports. In his view, their contributions to boxing have brought a younger audience to the sport, which he considers beneficial. "I support people going in and making lots of millions of dollars out of boxing my sport," he added. Fury's endorsement of the fight reflects a more open-minded perspective, as he sees the event as an entertainment experience and acknowledges the financial potential for everyone involved.
This question is for Jake. Obviously, Mike is one of the biggest hitters that the heavyweight division has ever seen. I just want to know, when you're thinking about his power, he looks very ferocious on Instagram, especially still. Do you feel like you'll be able to take Mike Tyson's power at this stage?
I know I will be able to. I'm a natural born heavy.
But perhaps the perfect definition of disgust for a fight so far has come from Eddie Hearn. Promoter Eddie Hearn has taken a much harsher stance on the fight, calling it dangerous, irresponsible, and disrespectful to boxing. Hearn will be present at the event at Atant Stadium, but he's made it clear that he won't be staying to watch the main event between Tyson and Paul. Instead, he's there to support Katie Taylor in her rematch with Amanda Serrano, a fight that he considers to be a serious and historic matchup for women's boxing.
You're asking the wrong guy. I'm a hardcore boxing fan. He's one of my heroes. I find it very sad, but it's a big event. I understand people are going to watch it, and it's entertainment, I guess, but for someone that idolised the guy growing up, yeah, not the best day. He's 58 years.
In Hearn's view, Mike Tyson's time in the ring should have ended years ago. The reality is that 20 years ago, when Mike Tyson retired from the sport, he was shot, completely finished, Hearn said to BBC Sport. It was actually sad to watch then, 20 years ago. Despite his admiration for Tyson's contributions to boxing, Hearn is concerned about the physical risks involved for the 58-year-old former champion. "You only need to speak to him and look at him to know this guy should not be in a ring again," he stated bluntly.
And actually,
But you called me average after
You
1
are
minute.
average.
But you called me after 1 minute of my first professional fight.
No, but you're still average. You're not.
That's not true. I just beat a 5-time world
beat
champion.
a UFC.
You don't even know. You don't know my ability though. That's
Well,
the
that's
problem.
true. That's true.
While Hearn admits that Tyson is one of his favorite fighters of all time, he worries that this return to the ring will only end in tears. He points out that although Tyson fought an exhibition match against Roy Jones Jr. in 2020, this fight with Paul is a different matter, especially given the vast age and experience gap. Hearn's main concern is Tyson's physical state and the impact that another intense match might have on his long-term health.
And as a hardcore fight fan, someone that's been around boxing since I was 9 years old, I find it disgusting that a 58-year-old man who was my hero growing up, firstly has to even get back in the ring. You know, to get in the ring with a...
Interestingly, while he criticizes the main event, Hearn acknowledges the commercial value of Tyson versus Paul. Jake Paul's massive social media following has undeniably added value to boxing events, helping to boost the careers of fighters like Amanda Serrano, who is signed to Paul's promotions company. Paul's influence and popularity were instrumental in organizing the first historic fight between Taylor and Serrano at Madison Square Garden, a bout that drew huge attention to women's boxing. Hearn points out that Taylor's presence on this card is beneficial for her career as she's receiving one of the largest paychecks of her career. Still, Hearn won't be sticking around to see Tyson and Paul square off in the ring. His loyalty lies with traditional boxing, where real competition and skill development define the matchups. After Taylor's fight, he plans to leave the event, symbolizing his personal stand against what he views as a disrespectful display.
Mike Tyson's one of my favourite fighters of all time, but it's a big event, you know. But I find it quite sad that someone that's achieved as much as Mike Tyson is fighting at, what's he, 58, something like that. And he, you know,
For fans, the differing opinions from these boxing icons add to the anticipation. There are those who believe that this fight is a loss for Jake Paul. If he wins, then he beat an older Mike Tyson, and if he loses, well, this is Mike Tyson we are talking about. The biggest loss here will be Mike Tyson's, that is if he does lose. The division between traditionalists and those who welcome the entertainment factor is clear. Whether viewers tune in out of admiration for Tyson, curiosity about Paul, or simply to witness what is being called the most unusual boxing match of the year, we're all sure of one thing. This fight is more than just a battle in the ring. But do you see it that way? And who do you have winning? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more updates.